Hello, my name is WongYT. The topic for my oral pitch is on voicing out modern-day slave of forced sexual exploitation to a wider community. The content for today is on significance, objective, industry partner, problems faced by them, definition, lead review, key concepts, and outcome. The significance are because nowadays many organizations are lacking of ethical considerations towards business trade. There are lack of public awareness that lead to misconception and discrimination. Younger generation are not aware of the causal effect that will bring to the victims such as stigmatization and patronization. The objectives are to remove labeling of others, especially children who are weak in terms of emotion and psychological management, and also to integrate the sexual life of slaves into the society. The society need to recorrect the social guidelines by offering them with proper job opportunity. The industrial partner is Haga, and this means one who flees or one who seeks refuge, founded in 1994 to support women and children facing the worst form of gender-based violence and human trafficking. They perceive that when healing happens, the cycle of trauma would stop. They set off 9 countries and influencing life in more than 15 countries to reinstate the single life that was sold into slavery. The problem faced by them, it is difficult to track actual number of people who are being sexually exploited due to complication of gathering evidence and interview particulars. It is hard to accuse certain agencies for committing in the crime because businesses can often be disguised as lawful trade. This research is about modern-day slave on sex exploitation. So when digging deep into this, human trafficking came out to be the severe concern. Then under human trafficking, there are sex trafficking, labor trafficking, and organ transplant. The UN claimed that human trafficking comprises the meaning of trading in person, about recruiting, transferring of human beings, which involve adoption, accepting money for taking advantage. More than 9,000 people in Singapore are living and working as modern-day slaves. Singapore ranked 45th place, worse than Vietnam, and as the country of living as slavery. The first lead review is about doing human trafficking research and reflecting on ethical challenges. This research was on gender evaluation in Vietnam. There were 114 participants, included community women. The voices between socially included and excluded groups in the society are very, very different. The second lead review is on identifying sexual exploitation on children. More than 1.2 million worldwide traffic cases were claimed to be children in 2011. The most common forms of human trafficking in UK is sexual exploitation. It is never easy to integrate victims into ordinary society because they tend to hype themselves up. The third lead review is on how human trafficking may be a great tragedy in European context. This happened due to the absence of law towards women protection and poor assailants punishment. Annual supply of women from the East to West Europe has increased from 120,000 to 175,000. The problem is many victims did not make a choice to be sexually exploited, unlike prostitution. The last lead review is on how media perceive sexual exploitation. What we perceive from the media are merely naive, transparent representation of the real world, and we have to think far beyond our viewpoints. The following slides consist of key concepts and media theories of modern-day slave on sexual exploitation, stigmatization and discrimination as both cause and consequence of the crime, because after being stigmatized on something or by some conduct, that people tend to feel discriminated by the society or even by the whole world. Exploitation and labeling as both cause and consequence again of the offense, because due to sexual exploitation on human beings, it resulted the victims to be labeled as extraordinary, where ordinary people put on exceptional tag to define and look into the individual. To have the rights of something is to have the standing to claim something following the ethical authority. So if the rights wasn't being properly utilized, it is possible for negative recognition to occur. Empowering this community will encourage the victims to live with courage and pride. Here are some advice to industry partners as the ways to improving social acceptance. Remove barriers by sending out dispense information and links to support groups. Propose integration groups, do not sympathize them, because in that way will make them feel unique in bad way. Change media representation through media narrative by telling a story in a thorough manner, by looking at the process but not only the result. Here are the references, and thank you.